Race number 11 of the Gatorade Cup Series season heads to the Hillside International for the running of the Axalta 400, a crazy 1-mile racetrack sure to provide some excitement here tonight in the Gatorade Cup Series. A pair of RCR teammates share the front row, Marshall on the pole position, beside in second the 29 of Keyshawn Richardson. Then in third place we have Tommy Fletcher Jr., fourth it is Scott Upton, and ranking out the top 5, Landon Lyons in the 66. Starting in 6th, we have Jay Jefferson. In 7th, last season's champion Eli Bright. Then in 8th place, it is Roman Fenway. 9th, Zachary DeLello. And ranking out the top 10, Jonathan Beeford in the 99. Back behind them, Derek Kimmel 12, inside center 11th. 2nd in points, Sebastian Kukulon. Right behind him in 13th, that is points leader Luke Rennie. Comes in with over 60-point gap over Kukulon, who's outside. In 14th, William Seaman. Rounding out the top 15, Michael Gregory. Then we have Anton and Charles Bois, Carter Friesen, Levi Shones, along with Ronan Curtis and Colton Yo. Then there's Griffin in the 10 and the 44 of Georgia Sotomu. Then we have Evan Hunter, the 43, and the 38 of Anthony Fox. Then there's Keegan Thompson, in Target Series winner yesterday, Jeff Wright, the 5. Then there's Conrad Evans and Nonigan Scott, the 48, with Max Anderson looking for back-to-back cup wins, and Max Rossi to his outside. Then we have Code Luigi and Jake Gowey, winner here last season. Trey Rainey also ran well here last season, TJ Hanley to his outside. Then we have Diego Yepes and Riley Sampson, Colin Teague and Riley Spurley-Tube, Anthony Hernandez, Jose Mills, and rounding out the field, Bibi Ruiz and Jay Reno start 41st and 42nd here tonight at Hillside for the Axalta 400. On pole, though, two RCR teammates lead to the green flag, and they're on the front row. Let's go on trackside for the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engine!
We're in 33, yeah, give me a minute, I'm working on it. Simple.
42 cars rolling off the starting grid for racing here in the Gatorade Cup Series at Massachusetts. A crazy 1-mile high bank over one of the craziest we go to. Stuff happens so fast here at these fast speeds and high banks. Pack racing 3 and 4. I might see a crash or two as well. 2 cautions in this event last season, which was won by the 11 of Jake Gowey, starts at the back of the field. Last season's champion up inside the top 10. The front 2 points are inside the top 15. 60 laps for Burrell and Keyshawn Richardson. They get on the gas, and we're green flag racing at Hillside. Tommy Fletcher Jr. quickly to the inside to steal the lap lead. He'll lead the first lap. The Axalta 400 to his inside comes Landon Lyons to 66. This is the point of the race where you have to make your moves because these tires have so much grip at this stage of the race. You can make some big moves. Stay in the gas through the corners. Get the trap down the straightaways. This is the point where you can make all your moves work out. See Eli right there through the corner. Never really let off the gas. How fast this racetrack is, over 180, almost 190 miles an hour down these straightaways, and they never get below 180 in the corners, under 19-second lap times around this 1-mile oval. And Sebastian Kukulon wants 5 bonus points for leading a lap in the 40 car. Moving low, he comes in 63 points back of Luke Rennie's points lead. He's going to close it down by 5 points. He'll lead lap number 3, but Luke's looking low. He wants a lap lane in the 2 car. Can he hold it off of Michael Gregory and Carter Friesen? They're currently 3 wide at the front of the field here in Hillside. Michael Gregory low down the back stretch into turn number 3. He'll force the 2 to the middle lane. That's going to help Kukulon out right there because now Luke's probably not going to get this lap led for 5 bonus points. He may have actually on the outside. Very close when he and Gregory will wait for scoring to cycle through. And yes, Luke Rennie did lead the lap for 5 bonus points. So he held it on the outside. Did really, really well there to make sure he held it up there. Great job by Luke Rennie keeping that nose out in front of the 9. And now Carter Friesen and Colton Yo go side by side. Yo inside, Friesen outside. Friesen leads the lap in the 6th car. Here comes Sotomu 44 behind Colton Yo. Ronan Curtis, Anthony Fox. Here comes Jeff Wright, winner of the target race last night, moving up into contention already. Start towards the back of the field, but it doesn't take long for the shuffle in the cycle to start here at Hillside. Quickly make your way through the field because of it. 3 wide at the top spot. Anthony Fox looking on Ronan Curtis and Georgia Sotomu. Jeff Wright right behind. Max Anderson, winner of Kentucky, the last race out. They have 2 JGR teammates, Jake Galloway and Trey Rainey. Trey looking for something to go right in his final Gatorade Cup Series season. Jake Galloway looking for something to go right. He's not had a very great season as well, but winner here last season. He knows how to get it done at Hillside. He can possibly do it here this season. The Gatorade Cup Series looking for back-to-back GCS Hillside victories. Anthony Fox trying to hold the race lead as Max Anderson gets to meet Jeff Wright. Looking for second. Anthony Fox is going to continue to lead in the 38 car. Max Anderson Moves to second, Jake Galway. Now looking for that spot off of turn number 2, and that cycling is really going to help. Wow, as DeLello made a big move to the middle from Eli Bright. The cycling is going to help Anthony Fox out because now they're 3 wide cycling for second position. You can't really go anywhere. You're really slowing each other down. That 38 is clear traffic and able to hold the gas in wide open. So unless these guys get this sorted out, that 38 can lead a good chunk of laps here until a caution flag comes out, if a yellow flag comes out. Right behind Diglia Pez comes the 00 of Colin Teague. The 47 Baby Rose started 41st. Jay Reynolds started 42nd. They're up inside the top 5, 10 laps into this race. So we're 6 of the way done already with the Axalta 400 at Hillside. Very fast laps here at this racetrack. Very fast speeds. Anthony Fox led the most laps so far. He's been out front for about the last 3 or 4. But Diglia Pez in hot pursuit the 88, trying to run him down. And if they get side by side, third on pack will have a nice run. As your Pez gets a nice run through 1 and 2 to get to the inside. And right there, this balance can help Ruiz and the rest of the field out. They're door to door down the back straightaway. Pez has the inside preferred lane right there, and he'll take it away from the 38 Fox. Bibby Ruiz looking low. Eli Bright somehow got through the middle lane and has gained some spots. Jay Wren almost cut his nose off. And here comes Riley Spurgeon, Evan Hunter, and Jonathan Beeford down on the inside. Bibby Ruiz now for the race lead on Pez. And what did I say? Them going side by side at the front of the field is going to bring the rest of the pack into it. Now Anthony Fox is up top 3 wide. Evan Hunter, though, has to back up the 43 and loses all momentum. Fox is going to try and get back down low now in the 4th position. Bibby Ruiz now out front in the 47. Eli Bright, top to bottom move to get underneath Anthony Fox and keep that 38 to the high side. Eli Bright looking for his first victory this season. He won 3 last season, has not won yet this season though. And Riley Spurgeon finished 3rd in points last season, but has not sniffed the front of this pack much this season. He wants something to go right. Is Eli Bright pushing him? As these two battled for a championship last season at Homestead. Now Anthony Fox going to join the party, and these 3 all have something in common. They've been some of the best in the Gatorade Cup Series last few seasons. They're going to get 4 wide for second. Can they sort it out? Spurgeon's going to back out of it, but those 3 had something in common. Fox won the championship over Spurley Tube in Season 10. Then back last season, Season 11, Eli Bright won it over Spurley Tube. So all those 3 have been in championship contention the last 2 seasons. Then Spurgeon drops up top and falling back. And how about Marshall Burrow? Starting on pole, back up to the front already. Took him 16 laps to go from the front to the back to the front again. He currently leads in the Axalta 400. Landon Lyons moves to second to 66. Jonathan Beaver gets put to the middle here because right there he can get a run off the corner and try and clear that 00 of Colin Teague as Landon Lyons looks on the 07 of Burrow for the top spot. Beaver with a nice run through 3 and 4. Going to push that 66 inside the 07. Burrow leads the lap. Lyons has the preferred line in turns 1 and 2. He's going to clear that 07. Here comes Beeford looking low in the 07. Behind him, teammate DeLello comes through to 4th. And 3 wide for 5th goes the 21 of TJ Hanley, our Daytona 500 champion of this season. Just find another Crown Jewel winner. Nonigan Scott won the Brickyard 400. He's up on the inside, moving inside the top 10. Never talked about him at all, Kentucky. Had a terrible race car. He's looking to try and get a good result here. He's down at the bottom of the points. He needs something to go his way to try and make it into the chase of the season. However, he will be in the All-Star race. Remember, the All-Star winner gets a free chase berth no matter where they are in points. So trying to win the race before the All-Star race is a big goal for some of these drivers that are maybe towards the bottom of the points, because they know if they win there in the All-Star race, they have a chance to get into the chase just by winning that one non-points event. 20 laps complete this time by the Axalta 400. 1/3 done. Currently leading, Zachary DeLello. TJ Hanley in pursuit in second. And 3 wide for 3rd goes Cole Luigi. Nonigan Scott right behind the 48 car. Behind Scott, Keegan Thompson comes. Roman Fenway. Ronan Curtis. As Fenway got down the apron. How about that? Trying to get as much grip as you can, get as low as you can. I think he was maybe trying to peek his nose inside Keegan Thompson. Just didn't have it worked out right there. Luigi kind of washed up the track. That's going to allow Burrow to get a run right here in the 07. We'll see if he can make it work. This is now the point of the race where the tires are going to start to fall off just a little bit, and it's going to be harder to hold the bomb, harder to hold it wide open. It's where we're going to see passes. It's still possible to be made. It's just going to be a little bit hard to make them work. See Hanley trying to hound Zachary DeLello. He doesn't really have the grip he used to have. Right there, he would maybe be able to make that move about 10 laps ago. But now we're getting towards the midway point. Tires starting to fall off just a little bit. Not a lot, just about a 10th or 2. Right there, Hanley's still going to poke it to the inside. Just shows that it's harder to make passes now, but it's not impossible. You can still do it. So just work at it. Hanley's going to clear DeLello there off turn number 2. 3 wide goes Ronan Curtis on Keegan Thompson and Marshall Burrow. Behind them, Max Rossi comes low. along with Conrad Evans. And Eli Bright's found his way back in line along with Anson Charbois and George Osotomu. Starting to get a little scattered at the front of the field. As Rossi peeks on Curtis through 1 and 2 as up front. Fenway has a run onto Hanley, down this back into turn number 3. Fenway trying to hold it on the bottom. TJ gets wound up in the middle groove. TJ's going to lead again. Fenway, though, inside, looking in turn 1. His teammate DeLello on the outside. As there goes Fenway. He's inside TJ now off turn number 2. And down this back straightaway. Fenway inside, Hanley outside. It's going to be Roman Fenway to clear and lead in the Axalta 400. Ronan Curtis now moves to second, our Michigan winner. Here comes Max Rossi, 83, 96 Conrad Evans, 24 Eli Bright. As Rossi's going to force Curtis aside. So many drivers looking for their first victories of the season at the front of this field. How about how scared they're getting because of how the grip is back there? They're going to be 4 wide. Jake Gowie in the middle of it, the 11. Right there with Jay Jefferson. They're hitting, they're shoving, and around goes the 11 into the 9-9. It's a huge crash for Jonathan Buford, and they're stacking them up off turn number 2. Baby Ruiz, the 7 is involved. Levi Jones, Yepez is involved. Buford and Gowie took the worst of it. Points leader Luke Rainey, Jeff Bright, Carter Friesen, and Jay Rando. A terrible crash off of turn number 2. It was a 4 wide shootout. Jay Jefferson, Jake Gowie got together, Roman Fenway back in front. A caution flag just before the midpoint here of the Axalta 400. A terrible crash for some of our front runners. Jake Gowie's going to be done. His bad season continues. He and Jay Jefferson get into it. And it's a hard crash for Buford and Gowie. They take hard hits into the outside concrete. Let's go see what happened. Our first caution flag here. The Axalta 400 is out. 4 wide racing off into turn number 1, and we've seen 4 wide get sorted sometimes, but right here there was no way to sort this out. Jay Jefferson aggressive into the corner, gets into the side of Jake Gowie. They get down to the apron. They almost have it saved right there, once, twice. And then right there I thought they're going to have it saved again, but the 78 gets into the 11, and look at this hard impact for Gowie and Buford, both hard into the outside concrete. Michael Grigor, Keyshawn Richardson. There you see Ruiz, Shones, Yepez, Friesen, Jeff Bright. There's Luke Rainey, Jay Rando. I think William Seaman may be possibly involved. A good amount of cars in this one off of turn number 2, but the hardest hits of them all, Jonathan Buford and Jake Gowie head on into the outside concrete. Luckily for them, they still had momentum going to the left when that happened. Look at the 31 of Riley Sampson. Final hole through that. I think he got away unscathed, which is amazing. Watch that 31, that purple 31, middle of the screen. Wow. Great avoidance. Trey Rainey misses it. Derek Hamill. A lot of cars did a great job just gassing up on the outside and getting it by, but our points are Luke Rainey, not one of the fortunate ones. He's involved in it. Will he lose some points, or is he good enough to continue on and try and stay up to pace because of the draft? At the front of the field, Roush Racing has been the story of this season. They dominated most of these races. Now it's another one leading in Hillside. Roman Fenway currently out in front. The Axalta 400 will go back green after the midpoint of this race. Green flag, 27 laps of racing to go. When we take the green, it'll be Roman Fenway leading us to the green flag here for our first restart of the night. Obviously, the 2 cars out. Jonathan Buford, Jake Gowie took the hardest hits. Michael Gregory 1 lap down the 9 car, 39 on the lead lap. I would say maybe about 32-30 are clean and don't have some scratches on the car, some dents. We don't know about some of the drivers like Seaman or Luke Rainey, how much they got damaged. We'll see, though, at the restart if they're slower or not. Out front, Roman Fenway 17 leads the Axalta car. The Axalta sponsorship. Eli Bright in second, looking to win the Axalta 400. They have Max Rossi, Landon Lyons, Conrad Evans, Alonso Tomu, DeLello, Fox, Curtis, Burrow. They're the front 10. We're back green in the Axalta 400. Eli Bright with a great jump onto the back of Roman Fenway. And peak to the inside of turn number 2. That was a great restart for Eli Bright. He timed that perfectly. It's like Luke Rainey is the last car up to speed. Baby Rose the first one off pace in the 47. Michael Gregory very slow, and then these drivers right here, they're a little bit slower. Right here, Seaman I think might be slower. Luke Rainey, I think he's trying to latch on. I think he got stuck behind the 45 of Seaman. We'll see if these 2 can try and latch onto this back half of the draft. Drivers like Sampson and Trey Rainey, Derek Hamill, Griffin Lynn. Speaking of the points, Kuzlan right now rides inside the top 20, gaining some spots on this restart now by Anson and Charbois for 18th. Back to the front. Eli Bright shuffled. Landon Lyons led in the 66. And then Conrad Evans took it in the 96. Evans leads off of turn number 2. Here comes DeLello with help from Anthony Fox. And our pole sitter still up here on the inside, Marshall Burrell. And right here, you can see the drivers starting to make moves again. They had a yellow flag. They kind of cooled their tires off, got their tires cooled down there, maybe heated up before. Now they're cooled down. They'll have a few laps of grip that they didn't have before. They can try and make moves as lines, and Tsutomu almost contact there. I thought that was going to be a huge crash, and they did a great job making sure they all had room to not hit each other. Anthony Fox now in front of the 38, but pole sitter Marshall looking behind him to the inside of turn 1, 3 wide for the top spot. Marshall low, he'll get behind already. We're catching that 9 of Michael Gregory, who was severely off the pace, about 30 miles an hour off this pace. We're going to catch him if it stays green more than once for sure, maybe even 3 times. He's terribly slow. Marshall Burrow wants to stay clear of the pack, so when he catches this 9 car, he can go wherever he wants to make this move. And they're 3 wide behind. They might want to sort that out before they catch the 9 car, because that's not going to work out. So Tomu trying to get clear for a second and does. Now can he get the running room to try and get by our lapper? As Fox and DeLello got close there, as we've caught Michael Gregory. Burrow's going to look to the outside. So Tomu looks to the inside. The 07 is by on the top side. Can anyone else fall through on the top, or will it be the inside? Michael Gregory's not figuring it out quite yet. It'll be the middle and the outside that doesn't get going. Kurt's going to try and shoot the hole through the middle to let that middle lane go, but the outside held up. Drivers like Fox, DeLello, Lyons, and Evans have nowhere to go. Oh, look at DeLello trying to force hold this where a crash could occur if they start to make it 4 wide, trying to get around this lapper. And smoke somewhere. The yellow is out. We had someone spin off of turn number 2. It looks like it might be Levi Shones. Burrow's going to lead us back. And where does Gregory end up in this pack? The 9 car. 66 beat him, but these drivers are going to have to be behind him on the restart. The 38, 96, 27th on back. They'll be behind him on this restart. They have to try and get high or low as soon as they can to try and keep touch with the pack. Our second caution flag out looks like it might be Levi Shones that maybe took a spin or some issue off of turn number 2. We're going to call this a mechanical issue on the 7 of Levi Shones. Down this front straightaway looking good, but then something lets go on the 7 car. You can see it right there. He's slow now. Obviously with that damage, it could be something with the engine, some sort of radiator issue, but right here it's going to slide to a stop. So whatever it was, I think Gatorade Cup Series officials deemed it was unsafe. They had to throw the yellow flag. Right there, you can see all that smoke. The 7 sitting in the middle of the racetrack. The yellow flag is going to come out as the racers start to come in. There it is. So that yellow, a huge break for drivers that were behind Marshall Burrow, that were off of his draft. They now get caught back up, get to pull their tires back down. We get going again. It's our poles that are currently out in front of the Axalta corner. Marshall Burrow trying to win from the pole position here in Hillside. Back to the green flag. 14 laps of racing to go when we take the green. For Marshall Burrow, he's currently out in front. Levi Shones has fallen 3 laps down, but is back out in the racetrack. So whatever it was, they were able to fix in the 7 car. And for Michael Gregory, he'll start in front of 27th on back. There he's in the 9. Behind him, Anthony Fox, Conrad Evans, Zachary DeLello, Colton Yo, Riley Sperry, 2 Williams, Seaman, and Trey Rainey along with Jay Brendo, trying to get around him any way they can. 38 cars on the lead lap. Marshall Burrow, George Tomu, Nongan, Scott Keegan Thompson, TJ Hanley, then Max Harrison, Ronan Curtis, Scott Upton, Kukulon, and Mills are the front 10. We're back green, 14 to go in Hillside. And look at those front 2 get a great jump. Burrow and Tsutomu got away. Scott in 3rd spun the tires. The battle for 5th is our first battle. Max Harrison low on TJ Hanley. That's 2 champions going at it. Hanley to fill the hole. Behind them, Kukulon wanting every point he can, looking low. Eli Bright coming with them in the 24. And I believe the yellow is back out already. So our 3rd caution, and it's Michael Gregory and Jeff Bright. So I think someone has dumped the 9 trying to get around him, and now it's going to be another restart. Oh my goodness. Caution again. This time Michael Gregory and Jeff Bright involved. 2 slower cars. Let's see what happened. These drivers that start by the 9 of Michael Gregory, obviously slower and had to get around him at some point, and right here through 1 and 2, they're trying to split him. He's in the middle lane. The other see Trey running the outside, trying to get around the top. As Produce on the bottom, the 9 starts to come up. The 18 is up there already. Gregory runs Trey out of room, and it gets Jeff Bright involved as well in the 5. See, BB Rose doing a great job taking evasive action, but a bad season for Trey Rainey again, even worse, as now he's involved in this one with lap car of Michael Gregory. Jeff Bright, the 5, also collected in for Gregory. I mean, maybe that's a sign to just get off the racetrack. You're already 2 laps down as it is, and I mean, you're so much slower on these restarts, and just ran 2 veterans into the wall. That's, I mean, all those drivers are great drivers. Obviously, 2 champions, Michael Gregory, Jeff Bright. Trey Rainey has been a chaser multiple times in the Gatorade Cup Series, but in my opinion, that's a way to just get off the track. So it's going to be another reset. Marshall Burrow still in front of the 07 from pole position. We'll go back green under 10 to go. The Axalta 400. 9 laps of racing to go and we take the green flag. Marshall Burrell trying to win from the pole position here in the Gatorade Cup Series at Hillside. Jeff Bright and his team have had enough. They've taken their car to the garage. They are done for the night. Michael Gregory's out there 2 laps down. Levi Schultz out there 3 laps down. 37 cars on the lead lap. Currently, Marshall Burrell, the 07, leads. He started on pole, looking to win from pole. Georgia Satomu right now in second. Nottingham Scott in third. Keegan Thompson fourth. TJ Henley fifth. They have Max Anderson, Scott Upton, Ronan Curtis, Sebastian Kukulon, Eli Bright. They're the front 10. Inside the top 10, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 winners this season. Nottingham's got the Brickyard winner, TJ Henley Daytona winner, Max Anderson last race at Kentucky, Ronan Curtis Michigan winner. They have Jose Mills, our Vermont winner, also just outside the top 10. Other drivers back here, Derek Kimmel, Evan Hunter, Roman Fenway, and Max Rossi. They're the top 15. Points are Luke Rainey right now in 18th, trying to gain some more spots in this final 9-lap dash. Will we stay green? Will we get another yellow flag? Marsh Broga step on the gas to get going. Our third restart is back green. That was a good jump that time for Satomu and the rest of the field. Scott also stayed with him. Remember last time he spun the tires. Who's the first break? It's going to be Nanga Scott for second on Satomu. Wants his second victory of the season. Door to door with the 44 into turn 3. Now Keegan Thompson has not won this season. Can he try and get through? 8 to go this time by. 8 laps to go. Thompson's low. Can Scott clear him? He couldn't. Now Hanley's going to shoot the 20 up to the middle. 3 wide behind the race there of Marshall Burrell. Down this back straightaway. Hanley 3 wide. There goes Max Anderson, the 1. Where's he go? Hanley has to lift on the bomb. Thompson clears in the middle. Can he run the 07 down now? He's pulled away. 7 to go. Here comes Kukulon, the 40. Second in points. Almost looking 4 wide. Oh, look at that in the 19. How aggressive he's being. He wants points. He wants the points lead. He has Derek Kimmel behind him. Eli Bright backing up through the middle. So Tomo way up top. Remember, restart second. Now up top 3 wide outside the top 10. First, second goes Scott on Thompson. But they have 6 laps to run the 07 down. They have to stay single file to make it work. If they stay committed, they can run this 07 down. If they start passing each other, that's it. 4 cars trying to run down the draft. Hanley and Upton have also joined this chase for the front spot. 5 to go. The yellow flag would end it here in Hillside. Upton looking alone. Hanley for 4th. He gets back in line. They're doing a great job right now staying orderly, but Kukulon's not. Look at Scott as well, pulling down for Hanley, trying to get the draft. But couldn't make it work. It was such an abrupt move, I think it caused momentum. We're catching the 9 of Gregory one last time. This might determine the outcome of this race. 4 to go for our race leaders. And there's Gregory ahead. 4 cars have broken away. 5th place is Kukulon, Hamlin, Upton in a battle, Max Anderson as well. Hanley low on Scott as they catch Burrell into turn 3. The 07 on the outside. Thompson also around, but gets a better run. Can he look low? Is he there? He can't get there. 3 to go, and 2 cars to settle it. Look at this pack, though. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a yellow flag. They run up on that 9 like he's standing still. Scott has been just screwed out of a top 5. Same with Kukulon. Also up top, Upton and Luke Rainier, points leader. But 2 cars break away for the win. It's Burrell Thompson with 2 laps remaining. Who gets the trophy? Thompson looking lower through 1 and 2. He's going to need some big run to form to make it work. He's going to need that 07 to slip as well. He's looking low off turn number 4. Is he there? The white flag, 1 mile left to Hillside. Marshall Burrell leads Thompson. I don't know if Keegan can do it without any help. He needed drafting up, and I just don't see it happening. Off to for the final time. Down this back straightaway into turn number 3. Marshall Burrell started on pole, but never led early on. He got front at the end when it counted most when the tire wear came in. Marshall Burrell wins from pole at Hillside. Thompson second, and the pack scrambles back behind. Keegan Thompson, a close second place, but it's Marshall Burrell reigning supreme in the Axalta 400. Started on pole and wins the race after he got front when tire wear mattered the most. Let's go see the finish results in the point standings. Here's how they finished in the Axalta 400 at the Hillside International Speedway. 3 caution flags tonight for 14 laps and 20 lead changes, 16 different drivers out front today at Hillside. And it's Marshall Burrell from pole position, reigning supreme, led 25 of 60 laps en route to victory. Keegan Thompson, the 20, ends up in second, the only driver to try and chase him down at the end. They have Max Anderson, Roman Fenway, and Derek Kimmel rounding out the top 5. Then Ronan Curtis, TJ Hanley, Georgia Satomu, Anson Sharp, and Jose Mills round up the top 10. Nobles down here at Landlines and Eli Bright, 11th and 12th, and Evan Hunter, Colton Young, Cole Luigi, the top 15. Anthony Hernandez, Colin Teague, DeLello led 6 laps. Jay Jefferson, Riley Spurlitube get a top 20. For TJ Henley, 7th place is going to move up into second in points, only 4 behind Luke Rainey. It's down here. some points shares. Kukulon gets 25th, Luke Rennie 27th. They were halted due to the lap car of Michael Gregory, who was in the way multiple times tonight. Down here, last cars in the lead lap, Trey Rennie, Baby Rose, Carter Fries, and Diego Yepes. Michael Gregory 3 laps down. He was caught twice as a lap car. Levi Schoen's 3 laps down and out of the race. The 5 of Jeff Bright, Jonathan Beeford, and Jake Galloway. Let's now go see the point standings. 11 races in. Here are the point standings. Luke Rennie still on top of the 2, but it's now by 4 points over TJ Hanley, who moves back up into second with his 6th top 10 of the season. Eli Bright now up to 3rd in the 24, Kukulon down to 4th. In 5th place is Anthony Fox. Then Landon Lyons in 6th, Griffin Lynn all the way down to 7th, DeLello 8th, Sotomo 9th, and Keyshawn Richardson rounds out the top 10. Behind them, Tommy Fletcher Jr. in fact, he's tied for 10th with Keyshawn, but Keyshawn gets it now with the win. So Fletcher tied in 11th. Conrad Evans currently 12th. Jeff Bright 13th. Colton Yo and Marshall Burrow the top 15. Burrow moves up nicely with that win into wild card position. They have Roman Fenway, Max Anderson, Ronan Curtis, and Jose Mills along with Cole Luigi rounding out the top 20. Right now, the wildcard spots, Burrow obviously gets it, and then the other one is Max Anderson by 17 points over Ronan Curtis and Jose Mills, who are right now tied for the 3rd highest winner for that wildcard spot. So very, very close for these wildcard spots. Burrow's only 8 ahead of Anderson, and Anderson only 17 ahead of Curtis and Mills. And obviously, we get some 2-time winners. We've had 11 races and 11 winners. So we'll see how it works out in some of these winners down here if they can try and move up. Just outside the top 20, Hunter Sprogtube, Schoen, Charbonne, and Sampson, they all don't have victories. However, if they do get victories, they can try and move up and into wildcard contention. Jonathan Beeford right now 26th. He's the highest outside the top 20 with the victory, but needs maybe another one or some very, very good points to move up. Carter Friesen needs a lot to go his way in the 6th car. He's not had a great season. He's down right now 37th in points with the victory. He might need to try and rely on maybe an all-star race victory or multiple race victories to get up inside the top 20. Well, now it's got the 48 down 41st in points, the lowest of anyone who's ran all the races. Trey Rennie down there with them. We'll see if they can try and recover. Obviously, Scott is locked into the all-star race, so good for him. He can try and go. If he wins that race, he's in no matter what. Trey Rennie might need to race his way through the open. If he can win one of the next few races, he can get in, though. So we'll see how these drivers at the bottom of the points handle these next few races, knowing that maybe that's their only shot to get into the All-Star race and win that one. Look forward to race number 12, our first time ever going to this track in the Gatorade Cup Series. We're going to New Jersey for the Samsung 400. I will see you guys then.